Got something odd to show you today. Sega Arcade on Neo Geo CD. And I don't often bust out my Neo Geo CD unit, which is in really nice shape, in box. And this is the NTSC version. And I wanted to show this aftermarket project. These games are free to download, but I did find a physical release on eBay. I'm sure it's unofficial and aftermarket, and I picked them up because I was curious. I was curious about this, if it was just a novelty, like, you know, how well did it work? And I haven't heard about these games being ported or reprogrammed. Essentially, it's a Neo Geo CD running a version of MAME, I guess, to run these programs. And so there was a lot of extra features put into these, so I wanted to show kind of what you're getting. If you're curious about this, here's my region modded Neo Geo CD, or it has a region switch on it, low serial, and pretty awesome unit. And I know it's single speed, and I know that it's got load times, but what's cool is there's a single load on these games at the start, so you can play them in their entirety, I do believe, off the get-go after it loads. Here's what the physical release looks like. Again, this is aftermarket. It looks like it's a CDR. Simple jewel case design, and unfortunately there's no real manual. It just looks like a manual, but there's nothing inside. And so it's a light scribe disc, looks like. There's some form of that. And it is a CDR, so you want to be heads up on that. Sometimes it's tough reading those on consoles, but I was willing to give it a try. Wanted to see if it would load, what would it look like. Never played these. These are available. These are free games to play on MVS, AES, and Neo Geo CD. I'm sure you can get the ROMs to work on the Mini. Anyways, and Shinobi. So Golden Axe and Shinobi arcade versions, which to me are the superior versions of these games with a little extra features on them. But I wanted to show it, wanted to show what it looks like, as I was curious. I was curious myself. Here is a Neo Geo load screen. And it jumps to this menu and you press start on the controller. And then what's cool is this has a custom soundtrack. Neo Geo CD has a custom soundtrack for the Golden Axe title. And let's listen to it. Programmed by Hoffman. Both of them have been programmed by Hoffman, and Richard Douglas did the soundtrack for this game. And so it looks like some people were part of this in the Neo Geo community. Anyways, want to definitely shout out to them, as pretty awesome feature. So here you go. Golden Axe arcade on Neo Geo CD. There's some simple settings you can choose. Shinobi has some as well, where you can make it a little bit easier to play. But wanted to show that. There's different ROM versions. I'm doing the two World FBI version. No particular reason. And so I want to show that. That's cool. It's got that screen. And let's jump right in. Anyways, I wanted to show another part of the soundtrack. Here it is. Pretty awesome. Anyways, looks like it's running great. It's kind of weird using the Neo Geo CD controller for this game. Much rather have a joystick, but here it is. Looks great. Plays great. No loading screens either. So after the initial loading, I was able to play well into stage 7. No loading screens. So I thought that was awesome. Animates well, and so it's just kind of a cool oddity. I know it's not official, But, you know, these are the types of projects I like seeing sometimes. These passion projects where someone got Golden Axe and Shinobi to work on Neo Geo CD, which is kind of nuts. You know, Neo Geo CD is kind of the black sheep of Neo Geo collecting. As you know what, it was underpowered. Its load times impacted a lot of the cool games that were on its library. But there is an aftermarket, robust aftermarket support for this, and there's aftermarket games. I know Pixel Heart is one of a few companies that's making aftermarket releases, official releases, by the way, and would love to cover some of those on my channel. So maybe I'll get to have that opportunity, as I have a Neo Geo CD. So it's kind of cool to see that. Here is more of the soundtrack. It's pretty awesome, and definitely this is a unique project that I had to show on my channel. These are the types of things that I do like to cover, and I'm sure there's people out there that have seen these before. I'm not the first person to post these, but not many people can probably bust out a Neo Geo CD, have these, and able to capture it. And I'm using just kind of some cheap level height cables through my Neo Geo CD and pretty much capturing it through a retro tank. So if you're wondering how I'm capturing the footage, looks pretty good actually. I had some better HD Retrovision cables, but they're not working with my Neo Geo CD with the adapter. I don't know what that's about. But anyways, here's Shinobi Arcade. These are the people involved with it. So Hoffman, again, is the programmer of this conversion. So I wanted to show this as, you know what, it's it's got the intro and everything, all that. You can choose the language. There's you can choose lives, you can choose difficulty. Just wanted to show it. Has more of a traditional soundtrack, so it's not as custom as Golden Axe was. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Shinobi, and plays great. This one plays a little bit better with Neo Geo CD controller. Big fan of the original Shinobi game, so I'm a big fan of this series. Cool that they just came out with a new Shinobi game from Sega this year, and have you played it? Anyways, got to experience that in Brazil. That was awesome, going to RetroCon. So yeah, this is kind of cool. Cool to see these projects come out. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a playthrough of the Shinobi arcade game, which I really appreciate. And there was some home ports of this, most notably probably on Sega Master System. And there was a custom soundtrack that we didn't get here in the States, but sounds pretty good on the Master System. But it doesn't look like this. And there are some other ports as well. That wasn't the only one, but that's the one I remember playing. Alright, boss fight. See if I can take it out. Just timing those headshots and avoiding that fire. Ah, that was gratifying. By far, the coolest bonus stage. I love the bonus stage in Shinobi. I never was great at it. But anyways, what do you think of this? Have you checked these projects out? Did you even know about them? I didn't. Anyways, thank you for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm always uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.